Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Gary Hibner and welcome to my channel, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at a bass that is tuned down low compared to a bass that is pitch shift down. So over here I've got the Gear4Music G4M 972 and I've got this tuned to drop A. Now I want to see what this sounds like if I pitch down all the way to F sharp 0 compared to if I throw on some thicker strings and tune it down to F sharp 0. Now a lot of you have got a bass where maybe the lowest you can go is A, and you've got some guitars that are tuned down lower and your bass isn't going down low. Well, this is a scenario where you can compare the two and see if it'll work for you. So first I want to play the riff in drop A so you can hear what it sounds like, and then after that I'll show you what it sounds like with the thicker strings on, with it tuned down to F sharp 0 compared to it pitch shift down. And for the pitch shifting, I'm using Polycapo from Helix. Now this is my go-to pitch shifting plugin. I've done a few videos on this before, but this really is the top one when I've compared them. So we're going to be using this to get the least amount of artifacts and compare it to a tuned down bass. So let's hear the riff in drop A. And before jumping into the playthrough, I just want to interject here. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It really helps the channel and I highly appreciate it. So here we go with the playthrough. And if you want to know more about this bass, I have done a review video of it. I'll leave a link over here so you can click on that if you want to know more about this bass. This really is a very good affordable bass option if you are looking for a long scale bass. So this is down to 36.5 inches. So you can actually take this bass all the way down to F sharp 0 with the right strings. But now let's just jump back into the video so you can hear the examples. Okay, so that was the riff in drop A. Now let's hear what it sounds like with the thicker gauges on, tuned down to F sharp 0. And now let's take a listen to what it sounds like with the drop A guitar over here, pitched down with Polycapo down to F sharp 0. Okay, so those were just some very short clips. Now let me play through the full song with the bass and the drums, and I'm going to jump between the tuned down bass and the pitched down bass. And now for the real test. Let's do a full mix playthrough. So it's going to be the drums, the guitar, and the bass, and I'm going to jump between the tuned down bass and the pitched down bass. So there we go, there is a comparison between a tuned down bass and a pitched down bass. Now, what did you think? Which ones sound better? Could you hear the difference between the two? And more importantly, could you hear the difference between the two within a full mix? So I found that this is a great solution if you don't have a super long scale bass like this with some super thick strings on to get down to a low tuning. If you've got a regular bass that's tuned down to drop A, for example, you can use something like the Polycapo and use that to pitch down if you want to record this with your low tuned guitars. So that's it for this video. I hope you have a much better idea now on what you can do with your bass guitar. Either you can have a long scale bass that you tune down, or you can pitch it down depending on what suits your needs and your songs and your productions. I'll catch you in the next video.